Painting? I don't know. Maybe I exaggerate this phobia. I will not deny that in spite of everything, there is something in a painting, even if it is a faithful copy of nature, that disarms and attracts. What is it? A painted landscape undoubtedly says something else to us than does the same landscape in nature. Its effect on our soul is different, but not because a painting is more beautiful than nature, no. A painting will always be incompetent beauty, beauty spoiled by the clumsy hand of a man. It is possible, though, that this is the reason behind the attraction. The picture shows us the beauty that was felt, seen by someone like the painter. The picture not only says, this landscape is beautiful, but also, I saw this and was struck by it, and that is why I painted it.
I know of only one cure for these illnesses: candor. Secret illnesses are cured only by open diagnoses. It was not that when I met the old Duchess at a reception in her home. She dominated me thoroughly with, it seemed, that wild sophistication of limbs. But I was ashamed to admit this. It was this discretion that was my defeat. On the day I dared announce my weakness for this, it was years ago in Stockholm, where I accidentally met Duke Gaetano, who was with his sister Paulina di Anticoli Corrado. The Marchesa Pesco Pagano lived at Opedheim Hares. Oh yes. There for the first time, I figured out my approach to the aristocracy.
The prince and my late father had been on intimate terms and perhaps had even been distant relations. Upon finding out who I was, he asked that I join them for coffee every day after dinner. I have already mentioned that I am not a denizen of salons and that my sensitivity in regard to the aristocracy manifests itself only in that its superiority irritates me to no end. The visits at Duke Gaetano's, therefore, were not really something I wanted to accommodate, and they soon became a real burden because the most brilliant cream of haute société frequented his premises, and the genre was born which annihilated me. I was without a doubt insufficiently initiated into the earthly stratum of Durchlaucht, not at all versed in the interfamilial connections of the reigning families, and definitely inadequately au courant with the gossip and the tittle-tattle that was the prey of this elegance, and that constituted this elegance. Oh, with what delight I would have confessed my inferiority and my constricted throat to bring the matter to a head in broad daylight. Yet I knew these hierarchies rely on the fact that they are unprofessed. This superior world possesses the power of appeal because everyone behaves as if they were not trying to appeal to anyone, as if the constant and endless attempt to appeal were not its own most essential content. The superior world does not allow itself to be grasped in its real meaning, and this creates its impregnability. The prince and his entire retinue treated me as if no one knew they were honoring me by their treatment.